Hey guys, Pras here. I'm in the new Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid. Yeah, you read that right. I heard that right. This is the Wrangler plug-in hybrid. This is new for Jeep. Obviously Wranglers have been traditionally gas and diesel powered, and now you have an actual plug-in hybrid, meaning that it's capable of 21 miles of electric range when fully charged, which is pretty cool. I think most importantly, let's just talk about the powertrain. It's a combination of a turbocharged four-cylinder engine that Jeep has with two electric motors. This produces a very robust 375 horsepower, which is a decent amount. But let me tell you, the combination of the electric motor and the electric motors in the gas engine, the two motors in the gas engine, really give you great off-the-line acceleration. The electric motors kick in immediately, and then the gas engine will kick in when it needs to and need more power. But around town, it's super quiet. It's amazing. I actually like it a lot in terms of how quiet it is, and it's pretty inobtrusive too. When the gas-powered engine kicks in, it doesn't necessarily jolt you. It just sort of happens, and you hear it, but it's not that loud. So you get that 375 horsepower figure, which is quite a bit. I think I mentioned the 21 miles of electric range fully charged. Gets you around a 49 EMPG for this car. Now combined, it's only about 20, but that's because of the added weight and things like that. But if you're driving a lot, urban types of commutes, less than 20 miles, if you're on electric, you're doing pretty well. So anyway, the powertrain's great. This is a Jeep. It is trail rated, so that means that there is a full-time four-wheel drive system that you can engage. It's pretty cool that you can actually go off-road in this thing, and you can actually engage electric mode off-road as well, and it'll work. And Jeep says that it treads lightly and efficiently on tough terrain. So that's pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to do that, but I've seen other press events where people have driven these cars off-road, the 4xes, and it's been pretty cool. Before I continue further, I want to get my colleague Rick Newman's thoughts on this. So Rick's going to hop in the front seat and give us his thoughts.
We're in the leafy suburbs on a beautiful spring day, and this is very genteel. It's very refined. I mean, it's perfectly quiet. So it works in the suburbs. If we were in the city, we'd be overwhelmed by noise, but of course you're not supposed to drive a Jeep in the city. I like the quietness of it. My question is with the technology. So I didn't even know anybody was making hybrids anymore. I thought that the newest thing was just make a full-on electric. So General Motors has the Hummer full-on electric, right?
Yeah.
And that supposedly has at least 300 miles of range and all kinds of power statistics. And Jeep is still working on a hybrid. I mean, this isn't a hybrid like circa 2010.
It really is, but Rick, I gotta tell you, I think this is my take was that it was a good first effort from Jeep. 10 years later. Maybe
that's the point. It's their first effort.
But it's not bad.
But you would think that Jeep is sort of like the last brand to become electrified, since it's just an old school brand as it is. So I guess give them points for trying. I guess.
Yeah, but giving their customer base what they want, they want to be green. You want to have, look, if you're just driving around town, commuting less than 20 miles, you can do that in all electric mode, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
We have the top down. That's not bad, right?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Normally you get so much extra noise from the top down.
Yeah. And
it's like, well, there's no engine noise, so it almost means that the convertible noise, you don't even notice it.
Right, I don't, and it's. And I found the ride to be smooth. I don't know what you think about this in your brief drive here, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on just sort of the drive of this thing.
I'm not a fan of the drivability of Jeeps because you're so high. I like the small planted cars. It's fine. So I probably the cost benefit equation here is not so favorable. What you're going to pay extra for what you're going to get. But I guess what Jeep's doing is they're demonstrating they have the technology, it's coming, and even if this is like a starter package, at least they're saying we're on it.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. They're going to come out with an all-electric Wrangler, right? That they've announced that, right? But this is sort of the first taste of that. And having a first taste for me, I'm actually pretty impressed.
How's it compare with the Mach-E?
Well, the Mach-E is a much more polished...
I should say the Mustang Mach-E.
The Mustang Mach-E is a much more polished product. It's all electric, you know. There's no gas motor there, right? It's all electric. You have the batteries down right below. It handles like a car. This is much more trucky, but at the same time, I don't hate it either.
We're not bothering anybody, that's for sure.
I drove over the GW Bridge. I was in, Alpine, Englewood, New Jersey. Drove to one of my favorite burger places right on the water, and I'm driving. It's a big place for people who ride bikes.
Yeah.
And I drove by them, and they were like, "That's the electric Wrangler." I'm like, well, it wasn't like
really?
Because they heard this whir. I drove right by a bunch of guys on their bikes. They're sitting there kind of like parked, hanging out. And it's like this whir. And they're like, whoa, 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 that's a Wrangler? So there's some buzz. And of course, Rick, you know the deal. I drive around, every Wrangler guy's just giving me the thumbs up. Give me the whatever the sign that they do.
Yeah.
Flashing the lights,
I mean, it is a community.
Yeah. And so the thing you mentioned, Rick, is like they're selling a lifestyle. So imagine that Jeep lifestyle plus I'm going green.
Okay. I'm intrigued, I'll say that.
Well, that was Rick Newman, my colleague at Yahoo Finance. That's pretty much kind of like, pretty echoing kind of how I feel about this car. So yeah, this is a great first effort, in my opinion, from Jeep to make the Wrangler an electrified version. There are people and there are customers that want a Jeep, but they want it to be clean and green, and they want to take it to national parks and things like that, and be friendly to the planet. I think this is a way for Jeep to do that. And I have to say, it's a very seamless system here. Want to note one thing, there are 3 drive modes, right? There's hybrid, which I'm in right now, which basically the system will determine what's best in terms of, it kind of skews more towards electric when the battery is mostly charged. There is electric only, which will of course just use electric power for all the driving that you do. Now, if you go above a certain highway speed, it'll take in the electric, the gas power, turbocharged 4. And then there's eSave, which allows you to engage eSave, and what that does is it lets you save the battery for when you're actually in an urban setting or a place where you want to use only electric power. So those three features or settings work pretty well. I like hybrid and eSave. I think those are great. Hybrid's mostly in electric mode anyway, so it sort of, at least it feels that way, and it's fine. It's great. The Jeep has plenty of power. When you need more, the turbo 4 kicks in. And electric mode is fine for going around town, doing some errands, dropping the kids off to school, going to work even. So I think all in all, a great effort by Jeep. And let's be honest. Why do I love Jeeps? Is because at least for me, Wranglers is the go anywhere Inspector Gadget type of vehicle. You can take the roof off, take the doors off, put down the windshield. You can just transform this thing into whatever you want it to be, and that's what's so cool about Jeeps. And that's why their fan base loves the Wranglers so much. It is an exceptional community of people. They have all kinds of enthusiasts, meetups and forums, and the amount of custom parts you can get for these Wranglers is mind-boggling. So Jeep's really a nod to them here with the ability to not only perform these customizations and the things they love about the Wrangler, but also take it to the 21st century with a green and electric battery-powered car.